If you are in the real estate business, you know how crucial it is to generate a steady stream of qualified leads. As you know, your website is the first point of contact with you and your home sellers. But driving traffic there simply isn't enough. Here's where you need a strategy to guide and nurture your website visitors and turn them into actual qualified leads. But here's a bit of a sobering statistic to get us started. The average conversion rate for real estate websites is around 2.6%. which means that for every 100 visitors, only about 3 of them actually become a lead. And then if we think a step further into how many of those leads become a client, that percentage drops even more. And the thing here that's going to push your website visitor more often than not to actually leaving their contact info behind is building and nurturing trust. And more often than not, the single most important thing when you're trying to get contact info from a potential lead is by building trust. And one ways that we're gonna look into how to build trust is by providing immediate value. So in this video, I wanna dive a little bit deeper into the problems that realtors often face when it comes to lead generation. We're gonna look into some possible solutions that you can implement today that might help you get there. So to better understand this process, we're gonna go through each of the steps of the sales funnel and see where you might just bleed some leads here and there, or maybe where you are doing things in a good way already. So let's get started with the awareness stage. With so many real estate agencies out there, it might be often difficult to capture the attention of your desired target group. For most, this tends to be the easiest part of the sales funnel. And since you are hopefully in business already, you probably have some sort of understanding of how to bring people to your website or how to get eyeballs on your services. And if you're struggling with this step, there are so many videos on here on YouTube that will help you learn how to advertise and how to gain awareness for your real estate agency. Let's get a layer deeper to the interest stage. Honestly, piquing somebody's interest is really difficult. And one of the reasons for this is this one-size-fits-all approach that most companies take. If you can find a way to add true and meaningful personalization onto your website, immediately, suddenly you stand out. Suddenly you've piqued somebody's interest. And we're gonna get more into the personalization the deeper we go into the sales funnel. So let's keep going. Because you know, passive website scrolling rarely leads to engagement. So let's actually take a look at an established realtor and how they handle it quite poorly. Here you can see a very popular player in the home selling space. As you can see, if I go to the seller's guide, I am met with a very static way of engaging with this information. Everything here is already pre-written, nothing is customizable. I'm just getting a general overview of how to, in general, calculate the value of my property. And here at the very bottom, I can input my name, I could, input my email address, send them a message, but nothing here shows me value specifically directed towards my needs. There is a general guide here, sure, but what if my case is a little bit different? What if I need some sort of a customizability on scale? This could definitely be done in a much more engaging way, and towards the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how. Once you've piqued the interest of your visitors by, for example, having a modern, flashy, customized design, we move a step further. We move to the consideration stage. As the name suggests, here is where potential clients are evaluating their options. Here is where highlighting your expertise and differentiating yourself from the other competitors really starts mattering. The most effective ways that you could do this is by showing to your potential clients that you are here to solve their unique problems. You need to demonstrate your expertise and highlight that you are able to solve their specific requirements when it comes to selling their specific property. In fact, there is some data from Marketing Sherpa that suggests that 79% of marketing leads never actually convert into sales. So it is absolutely crucial to resonate with diverse visitors and start building up that trust. What you probably need here is some sort of a system where you can not only convert your leads, but also qualify them in one go. I mean, let's think about it together. Just a static contact form will have such a low likelihood of actually converting or qualifying that website visitor into a qualified lead because, everybody does it. So if you're doing the same thing as your competition, how will your users, how will your website visitors know that you are different. So here, finding a way to provide immediate value and to compel your website visitor to leave their contact info with you is the way to go. As we all become more tech savvy, people are more reluctant and hesitant to leave their contact info with you. And it's understandable why. I mean, people don't just want to get spam emails all the time. And also with the introduction of more privacy into most browsers, people can turn off cookies and it's increasingly more difficult to get user data, which is great for user privacy. So you don't want to be scraping data, and you also don't just want to ask for somebody's contact info without providing anything back. So instead, if you provide undeniable value to your potential leads, just for a simple exchange of, hey, leave your contact info with me, and I will give you all these things that you need to take the next steps, most people will do it without even a second thought. For example, if you have an interactive widget on your website that helps your visitors to calculate their home value right on the spot, and all they need to do to receive the value of their home is to leave their email address behind, I mean, that is a great trade. So most people, again, will not even think about it for a second. So the approach here is actually really simple, and it's something we've been talking about throughout the video. You offer up value up front, and then you ask for the contact info. It does not have to be more complicated than that. A simple win-win will get you a long way. And with that, we move to the intent stage. When somebody gives you their contact info, you need to act swiftly. And from this point on in the sales funnel, speed and efficiency in which you do things becomes more and more crucial. You need to capture the lead and minimize any barriers that they might have along the way to a sale. So for example, you collected somebody's email address, you did the interactive widget, but then you wait a week to get back to them. I mean, chances are they've already moved on to somebody else. If the process for your lead at this point of scheduling a meeting or gathering more information is a little bit cumbersome, I mean, they're just gonna go away. When your website visitor is 1 foot in already, you need to act fast and close the deal as soon as possible. So making the process of getting in touch with you really fast and simple is gonna help you a lot here. And probably the best way to do this, especially in 2024, is through automation. I mean, if you just collect the user data, and from that data you can automatically schedule appointments on the spot, well, you are suddenly more efficient. And once again, we're gonna look into how to do this through a potential solution at the very end of the video. And for now, we move a layer deeper into the evaluation stage. Even after expressing intent, potential clients might still be a little hesitant to commit. If your website doesn't offer tools for example, comparisons of pricing, your users will likely look elsewhere. You need to keep building trust because it isn't something that you just get once and then get to keep forever. If you have managed to keep your website visitor engaged throughout this whole process, chances are you have a qualified lead, because that is of course not the end of the funnel. We have the final and probably most important stage, which is the purchase stage. Here is where a lead, for example, signs an agreement that your agency can sell their property, or another type of lead buys a property from you. And keep in mind, once again, that leads can grow cold very quickly. So if you don't get back to your lead with a personalized offer right away, they're as good as gone. So we've talked a lot about automation, personalization, building trust, acting right away, and all these things could be solved with one single tool. For example, InvolveMe. By implementing interactive and personalized experiences onto your website, you can effectively nurture a lead throughout the sales funnel. For example, you could offer a property valuation tool that not only provides a customized estimate, but also captures valuable data about the visitor's needs and preferences, and eventually gets their contact info. Businesses leveraging personalized engagement see a significant increase in engagement. But how could you do this without having to spend countless hours on each of the visitors? Well, the answer lies in automation. By integrating interactive tools onto your website, you can offer personalized solutions at scale. These interactive widgets engage your visitors the moment they land on your website, piquing your interest and establishing you as a knowledgeable, trustworthy, and value-adding source. As they progress through the valuation process, you can gather crucial information about their location, property type, and any specific requirements. And then, based on their input, you could actually present them with tailored content, such as neighborhood insights, market trends, or even listings that match their criteria. This personalized approach keeps them engaged and demonstrates your expertise. And when they are ready to take the next step, you can seamlessly guide them to schedule a consultation or request more information without any friction or risk of losing their interest. One of the tools that could help you achieve just this is InvolveMe. It is a no-code builder, so anybody can leverage its power to build interactive website widgets. With InvolveMe, you could create lead funnels for your real estate website, such as property valuation calculators or property finder quizzes. And these are mobile-friendly as well, so you don't have to worry about redesigning it for each and every device specifically. And now I'll show you a quick example of how this could work. So allow me to really quickly demonstrate how you could actually use this template in practice. As you can see, I am on the property valuation calculator template page, and if I click Use Template, I get taken straight into editing the template. And from here on out, it is really whatever you would like it to be. Each of the pages has its own set of elements that are fully customizable. Just by clicking on the element, you can set everything in here exactly as you need it to be. From things like uploading your own logo by clicking on the image element and then simply dragging and dropping right here, setting, for example, your own property types right here just by clicking on the element, everything in here by scrolling down on the right side, you can change the name, so detached housing unit, for example, as you can see, it changes automatically. You could upload your own images so they fit your brand, or even create a new page and design it however you'd like, thanks to all the elements on the right side of your screen. And you can use these elements in a very simple way, simply by dragging and dropping, and just like that, it's ready to go. And of course, at the very end, we're using the contact form element, and here as well, you could customize what exact fields and what exact pieces of information you need from your customer. On the very last page, using the calculator element, you could set up your own formulas, and it works in a very comprehensive way where, for example, question 4 times question 2, so what is the size of the indoor area times which state is your property located in. Now there are separate tutorials that teach you how to build your formulas, how to design your pages, how to work with each of the elements that you see here on the screen. And if you're interested in how to customize a form like this, or how to build it from scratch, you can just head to help.involve.me, where you could find articles or video tutorials on pretty much every single element or detail that you could use to really elevate your lead generation process and take it to the next level using InvolveMe. By going to the eye icon in the top right corner, I can simply click on it and then try draft. And I'll go through this for the first time with you. So let's say I am selling a detached house in the state of Texas. Again, this could be customized however you'd like. The total area of my house will be 700 feet. Total indoor area will be 500 feet. It is a well-maintained house. And just like that, I'm going to click Calculate Property Value. And here comes the kicker. You see the animation, we're crunching the numbers, and now your lead receives good news. We've calculated the estimate of your property, and you'll get it in a second. Just share some details with us, and we'll get you your estimate. So now the user has gone through the process, they have taken the time to click through all the questions that you've had, now they're engaged. So inputting their contact info is something that now happens essentially without a second thought, because there's this sunk cost fallacy in place already where I've invested some time into this, and I am now actually curious in getting the answer. Instead of asking for this information at the very start, I've engaged my lead first, and now I'm going to ask them for their name and, crucially, their email address. I will agree to the processing of personal data, and then I can see my valuation. So based on my answers, this was a calculation done on the back end. It's $2,604,840. And once again, we are reducing frictions because are you ready to sell your property? Let's schedule a call from right within the form. So I can go here, pick an available date, pick a time, and then book a call with my name and my email already put in from the last page. We are really eliminating friction, and we're making sure that the user flows through the lead generation process, through the sales funnel, as seamlessly as possible. You can try this property valuation calculator on Involve.me and see how easy it is to make one yourself. It does not have to be complicated to create engaging, lead-generating experiences for your real estate website visitors. Sign up for a free account today and make the first step towards a more engaging and effective lead generation process on your website. And good luck getting involved.